Pertama, debut dari seorang Udil di Malaysia di sini ya. Kita tengok
nyari beras. Ya semua orang kerja cowok nyari beras lah bangsa.
Iya.
Nah, nyari beras. Gue live stream juga nyari beras ya.
Speed you're getting from the Nolan, he's already on his orange buff there while Apbren just making it over to theirs. So you're gonna have that speed, but it's like we said, it comes out to the start of the game. Ooh, Zorn coming in there, just getting a little bit of vision, wanting to know where everybody is at on the map for his team.
Okay, nice.
I mean, there was a time too that the Tigreal was the one pushing out the buffs, right? That was a thing before. But Sword is just kind of giving
Berapa?
5,
6, 7.
division here towards the side of Homeboys, so he can actually know where he's going to be positioning. So the turtle is going to be key here. We did mention that this might be an early game, and we're starting to see like
ini Malaysian style bro, lu nggak tahu.
Apbren right now.
Oh iya.
Kalau kata Sasa Malaysian style gas pokoknya guys. Tuh kan lihat tuh, tamusnya udah di situ anjing. This is Malaysian style guys ya. Kalian cari.
Bener sih. Gak level 4 loh jangger tuh lihat tuh.
A little bit, and look at Apbren, they are not stopping.
Nice, nggak mati loh Tamus loh. Abis itu digas lu lihat.
She becomes in here, putting on the damage, and Zorn out there.
Amon apa sih? Nolan. Amon, Arlot, Nolan.
Kalau kata orang Malaysian style lebih ganas daripada Indonesian style sih guys.
It is just kind of the thing that you can get before you feel like this big clash is
Chibi orang Indo.
Level 4 has been attained here by Chibi, so that is one advantage that Homeboys can actually have before getting into the turtle. Kyle TT still gonna go for that.
Kenapa Valen Udil salahin coachnya? Kenapa jadi salah coachnya anjing ngepick Valen?
Flab TZ is able to get in that level 4, so this should
Valen tadi di first pick ya udah.
Enggak first pick.
Ketiga kan?
Yang salah itu kenapa Valen sama Harit baru anjing?
So that's going to be a force to be reckoned with when it comes to this turtle. Apbren going to be starting
it. Tapi Tamus nih bos, lu tahu sendiri Tamus.
Yeah, we're down to about half health already.
Lu tahu
Astral Echo went out there, and Sapat comes in. Here comes that demonic force, looking for to put the damage on Chibi. Finds a kill on the object. Finds a kill onto Chibi. 2 in 1 with that.
Ini gue jadi Flap TZ juga tinggal mencet doang anjing.
And a kill.
Ya nggak sih?
Yep, and here's the thing too, it really gets
mencet doang ini main Tamus apa main Popeyes guys.
Nggak
bisa mati ini.
When you were taking in the turtle, all you can see was actually 2 people jumping up and down and trying to zone everyone out. But Apbren actually didn't see who was able to take in that turtle though. But the 3 minutes in, we can already see that it is going to be team fight centric when it comes to these turtle takes and these lord takes, and not to mention the adjustment that was made that you can no longer tug it to the side, so you can kind of expect
menurut
to see
gua
like
Flap TZ nggak mati di atas 1 sih, nggak mati di atas 2 lah.
When it comes to taking especially the lord in later on.
Seeing both demonic
Max
forces
is
like a bouncy house during these team fights. So two members just flying up in the sky and then smashing and crashing down. It's going to be very interesting to see how
kombonya juga dia
Final Slash comes down on
lompat. Udil belum mati lo. Udil nih bos. Keren Dil. Lu lihat debutnya San. Jago. Debut dari seorang Udil dah guys di sini.
Emang di Indo masih jago ya. Gua enggak tahu kenapa dia pindah mana.
Kenapa dia harus pindah? Lah. Solo kill anjing Tamus.
There's some clapback though from Apbren on the bottom side.
Jago.
Kenapa itu? Kedinginan.
Yeah, unfortunately, they still able to get the retribution onto his orange buff here. Kyle TZ able to find himself an escape.
Enggak, yang gue penasaran kenapa Tamus yang mati tadi guys. Kayaknya dia kena turret abis itu di stun deh.
That's one level ahead for the gold lane here.
Romer lagi ya.
He has been doing a double lane too. So not only is he getting the farm up top, he's also getting in some of the minion waves too in the mid lane. So this should give him some advantage to be able to get in those core items.
Nolannya nggak main nih.
Here comes the Tekken turtle. Owen is taking a bit of the damage here. He hasn't been
using
that.
Oke, Popeyesnya udah ulti.
Popeyesnya udah ulti.
Sakitan siapa tuh?
Yeah, Ojin is down.
Sakitan Udil nih bos.
Cat finds a kill onto
Lah,
FlapTZ.
nggak main loh Popeyesnya kok bisa ya?
Chibi finds a kill onto Kyle TZ
Mati
in
dua yur.
the turtle.
Iya,
Harusnya mungkin
anjing.
mati di atas dua. Nggak, ini yang nggak main Fredrinnya ya.
Kenapa Valen yang menang ya ultinya San lawan Popeyes ya?
The thing here about APBren
Kan Valen
is,
itemnya
it really
damage
gets
ya.
confusing. Udil has been popping in that demonic force that he has been taking in. He's not even
Entot.
taking the final slash here. He's making sure that
Sama
APBren is
pasifnya
sold
bagus
out
nggak sih,
before
Valen?
they taking the objective. Chibi managed to
Still.
land in those nice ultimates.
Aduh,
right, once
FlapTZ
it came
lawan
down
lu
to
dia
that
semua
clash,
nih.
which we know that the Nolan can really dish an insane amount of damage once it has the items, which we'll be seeing later
Saya tarik
on.
kata-kata
But now
saya,
it's gonna be
FlapTZ mati
Homeboys that
10.
lead 17k and 14k for APBren.
Yeah, a very interesting decision. I had never even, for some reason, it kind of slipped my
Ini
mind.
Udil mau
when
ngambil
the
ulti siapapun
first picks
bagus
went
kayaknya
out,
nih.
And you
Ulti
had the Nolan,
FlapTZ, ulti Ogwen.
the Harith, and the Valentina. And when that Phovius pick came out, it for some reason didn't even cross my mind that Valentina would
Udil
be
pede
having
adu
just
ulti
as
berarti
much
Mac, iya.
success on it as well.
Buset.
The
Oh,
thing
dia
here about
purify.
the Homeboys is they're capitalizing on this early game that they had,
Iya, anjing.
so that next
Bener
can
kan,
actually
gue bilang
scale up
Homeboys
pretty
bisa
well,
menang
but as for
2-1 guys.
APBren though,
Malaysian
Super
style
Marvel
itu
hasn't
kayak
been
lumayan
picked off, so
enak
that
lawan
is good.
Philippine style.
He has been farming the gold lane earlier and even the mid lane, so that
Kasih
just
tahu.
gives him a little bit more time to
Cepat.
pick up the items that he needs. And Udil once again picks up that demonic force. So this is the thing for APBren, they need to answer out to Udil right now.
Tapi Bren
who
kan
has
emang gini,
been
Yur,
such
gameplaynya,
a menace to
early
deal
gamenya
with
kayak-
in these clashes.
Biasa
Atau-
gitu ya.
Yeah, and this is what's good.
Tiba-tiba di
The
Lord
big thing
menang
is the
perang.
patience of APBren. As much as this looks to be going in Homeboys'
Masih
favor,
sama ya
all it
metanya ya.
takes is
Malaysian,
for,
maksudnya
them to go ahead and
ciri-ciri
start hitting these
gameplay
power
tim
spikes,
setiap
especially
negara
Super
masih
Marco. We've
mirip-mirip
already
deh.
seen it, an example of it in the last 3 games that we've
Aduh,
been
Chibi-nya mati
casting
lagi ya.
here, that the
Kali.
Claw
Top
just
side
needs an
though.
opportunity to
Mati
see
nggak?
that,
Loh.
that the Blazing
Nice
Star
banget
loh.
Nolan's out there. Chibi gonna go
Nolan
ahead
megang
create some
sama mati,
distance
Bro.
down at the
Nice banget,
bottom,
nice banget.
terrified onto Kyle TZ.
Harus
They're gonna go
di-stun.
ahead, start on
Di all-in
this.
Kyle TZ,
Mati.
mati San.
Here comes the
Mati,
demonic
mati,
force
mati.
landing in the implosion as well. Pops up Kyle TZ.
Gila,
That means
Udil nih
APBren
bos.
does not have the
Senggol,
luxury
wih keren
Anjing,
juga dia.
like Homeboys are
Wih,
not
ini
done
debut
with the
Udil
fight.
menggila,
Itu
Cok.
dia bisa ulti ke P, Cok. Dia flicker tapi
Homeboys
buru-buru
actually
mencet
went
ultinya
for
dia.
the
Si
full
Udil.
engage there.
Iya,
Making
bisa
sure that
bisa
Kyle
mati itu
TZ
P
is
tadi
down
ada mark.
as Chibi was actually farming up top. APBren was actually trying to go for Chibi with that pick off on that final slash and maybe the Blazing Duet coming out from the quad. But Chibi
Enak
was
tuh dia
way
main Valen
too
enak banget ya.
alerted there, knowing what's
Kenapa?
gonna happen there.
Karena ada ulti
And so
Popeyes
far,
kali ya?
Homeboys is
Kayaknya
just
ada ulti
aggression after
Popeyes deh.
aggression.
Tadi yang
They're
di-pick
taking in
Popeyes
2
dulu apa
towers,
Valennya dulu?
and so far all turtles of the game.
Valen
7
dulu,
minutes in,
Valen
and it
dulu
is
nggak
still
sih?
Homeboys
Iya.
leading.
Sebenernya
Yeah, and
Popeyes
that's- and
enak
that's
sih
kind of
kalau
the
late
value
game
Lawannya-
jadi.
out of a
lawan-
Nolan
enggak sih, lawannya
because he
Nova
can
sih, bener
basically
juga.
spam his
clear,
abilities
clear,
on
clear.
without cooldown.
Ingat PH
He
late game
gets
Max,
those
iya
dashes
sih.
very quickly, so you need
Ya,
to
kita
be
lihat lah
able to
game
kind
satu
of
lah.
close out his escapes.
Sekarang sih lagi menang
Udah
Homeboys
menang
ini.
3 lane anjing
engaging
ini Yur.
him, especially
Iya,
when it's
harusnya
only
udah
2
menang.
of you to
Tapi
try to
late
catch
game
one person
enggak
who
sih,
can
late
basically
game.
spam his movements all
Bahaya
around
sih
the
late
map.
game ini gue liat.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Yeah. Iya.
Zorn has been
Novaria,
using that
Novaria.
implosion onto Kyle TZ, right? Like when you get the
Novaria Cloud.
Fredrin stun, and at the same time you combine it with like the Zaman force
Mekanik
coming out
tua
from
bisa
mid, so he
Crucia,
almost
bos.
feels like,
Welcome
first 2
di
attacks
membership.
is enough to actually contain Kyle TZ, so he's not able to soak up the damage, not able to pop in the Appraiser's Wrath, and basically not able to do anything
Terceon.
while he's suppressed.
Sekarang
So
udah
this
nggak
is
pakai
good
clock
for
ya, San, ya?
Homeboys when it comes to the early game, but as for APBren,
Valentina ya?
right, they need to get Super Marco farmed up here, and so far he hasn't been picked off.
Itu
And
pakai
let's take a
tuh.
look at the items here. He has already built up that Demon
Nggak
Hunter
tahu, kan
sword,
dia kan emang
and
suka
all he needs is
itemnya
that
beda-beda
golden
gitu,
staff
Yur.
to be able to get into
Lu
that
biasa
full engagement
ngambil
once
El
he reaches the
Janjemnya
late
doang.
game. But Homeboys is just
Kayaknya
pressuring
biar sakit
every
sih
single
itu
lane
apa?
right now.
Petokan Popeyesnya.
Yeah, and they need to because they
Ngaruh.
know what their win conditions are. Big final slash does
Cepat.
go on to Sapat, trying to put the damage onto him. He is gonna pop that vengeance and able to get
Sorn
himself
lu lihat.
away. Out comes the
Gwen.
illusion.
Anjing,
tapi rata.
Kan
Kan gue udah bilang. Kan kita udah bilang. Late game Filipin. Ya kan? BD duitnya udah banyak. Nggak ada Harit ya tadi San, nggak ada Harit.
Yeah, actually,
Ya kan?
Homeboys was
Menang
confident
tiba-tiba
at
late
that
game
time, right?
kebantai
Like,
ya.
Zorn wanted to
perangnya.
go in.
Nih,
They actually got into
Ramos.
Pat first. Let's take a look at the highlights here.
Gue liat Harit masih di
Sepan
bawah.
actually backed
Ogun
away. We
kena,
got a few as
Moteng.
well with the
Oh,
Astral Echo from
Cloudnya
the
free,
backside.
anjing.
Ogun was down, and the
Iya.
demonic force was forced to be reckoned with here. And at the
Langsung
same time,
Lord,
Super
langsung
Marco
dapat Lord sih
came
langsung
in at
balik
the
ya,
right
jujur-jujuran
time
nih.
with the blazing
Jangan
duet
kasih
that
Lordnya
is
dong.
already
Cuma nggak
kinda
bisa,
damaging
Cok.
Homeboys here. Here comes the Lord.
Oh tapi mati sih. Oh nih menang Filipin langsung.
Lihat kan Bren kan tiba-tiba menang tuh di Lord.
Ini masih mau nih.
Gas nih.
Gila Malaysia nih bos. Barbar banget anjing. Barbar. Gua akuin barbar. Indonesia kalah barbar guys. Gua akuin.
Yeah, 204 for the Claude of Marco. This time we kind of see the Claude being activated right now.
High risk banget ya gameplaynya ya.
This should be
Gila ini
maksimalkan kerugian
a
ya.
little bit more space in the map that the Homeboys has been pressuring.
Ini ibarat kata masuk di
now we see the Goldie
market cap yang low masuk gede guys
now.
ini.
It's actually evened out for both sides.
Ini lu berantem nih, lawan lu udah jago. Apa lu tetap terima, yang penting mukul dulu, ngerti gak? Belakangan.
Padahal udah tahu pasti bonyok anjing. Gas dulu dah, siapa tahu laki punch anjing.
Now a clash at the purple buff. I'm not even sure who got that. It looks like Chibi able to claim his purple buff even despite the amount of harassment coming from Apbren, but still moving through, taking down towers, especially the mid tower, which is going to go ahead and open up the map for Apbren.
Definitely a big thing for them. This is going to be easier for Apbren to take in the
Tarik
Lords.
ulur.
Right
Kalau di
now,
pro player tuh kiting
3
tuh tarik
towers
ulur,
taken
jadi
in by
kayak
Apbren
mundur
with
dulu
just
gitu,
that
ngerti gak?
one Lord that they took. This is not
Nah,
even
lucu
the
ya, sorry.
enhanced one. So once it reaches this next Lord, if Apbren manages to snag this one,
Gua kira lucu, sorry guys.
Homeboys just has to either rely on nets here when it comes to the late game, right? And pretty much the Nolan here is already fine when it comes to like Apbren. It can actually deal with this Nolan here of Flapty's demonic force in the clashes.
Pasif AI dari mana orangnya satu doang?
Yeah, it's going to be these next few objectives going to be very pivotal for both of these teams as we're starting to move into the mid and late game.
Menurut gua kenapa Udil bisa masuk Homeboys juga karena gameplay AI sama Malaysia mirip-mirip guys.
These big clashes where everybody's kind of sticking together and covering for each other. So that's what we've been seeing is him now starting to split off, starting to clear the lanes, be a nuisance when it comes to creating that pressure on the opposing sides of the map.
Yeah, I think Homeboys understood that it was definitely going to be hard for Kaltizi when it comes to the early game.
Kita lihat,
The Fredin doesn't have
duitnya beda 1000 doang nih. Gua kali ini pede Flapty's gila.
The items, you can definitely go head to head here with the Homeboys, and even the
Apa
purple
Udil
buff
emang
here
gila?
is going to be pressured on.
Tapi tadi
by
Udil ulti
Apbren.
juga mati sih
Not
kena
gonna be
Cloud ya.
easy here
Kacik
for
Cloud-nya.
This poor purple buff has no idea
Perang,
who
perang
to attack.
nih, San, perang nih.
Does look like Chibi is going to be able to get it, and very wisely, Homeboys don't press it any further. They got the bump, they're going to go ahead and back off and reset on the map.
Yeah, 10. There's a lot more kills here for Homeboys.
Kamu sih damage kan itu ya?
Especially since
Damage
this
nggak sih itu
was,
darahnya kayak
pretty
gitu
much
nggak ada
a
penggaris.
Homeboys
Nah, full tank, full tank. Cuman corrosion doang.
Brand has been taking control
Sampai item damage-nya 2 sih,
slowly in the
sumpah
game.
cepat ini.
Has been
Gila lihat tuh, di flicker
All in loh Kaltizi loh.
A lot of ultimate
Oh,
attacks.
Salah nggak sih? Salah nggak sih? Dibalik
sempat
juga.
ulti sih kebalik nih.
Kayaknya Udil udah nggak bisa ngambil ulti Popheus deh, sakit ini Cloud nih. Ya sih San.
Siapa lagi anjing? Arlot.
Iya, iya kan? Arlot sih.
Mati juga kalau udah tai, revive.
Enggak maksudnya, dia ambil ulti Popheus, maju ke depan langsung mati sama Cloud udah dipukul.
Yeah, 2 for the price of 1.
Harapannya
It's still gonna be the
lompat-lompat
numbers
bareng
advantage
Popheus
towards
ya.
Apbren. 40k lead for
Oh,
them.
Popheus lompat kan
Doing a
sama-sama
good
dapat
job
stack kan?
zoning. I think this should
Iya
be
sih.
Apbren taking it in without any contest for the Homeboys.
Yang
That's
publik
gonna be the enhanced
publik
Lord
juga
going to
ngerti
an
anjing.
M5 World Champions.
Yeah, and
Masalahnya Popheus loncat tebel, Udil loncat
mekaniknya aja nggak ada gua.
Super Marco right now. I mean, as soon as he came online, the entire tone
Kan kita kan ibarat kata kayak bapak-bapak nonton bola tuh.
changed.
Enggak bapak-bapak banget lah nih.
Coachnya diiniin lah, ngapain lu kayak gini-gini. Dia mati aja si Peo keculik.
Did not check that push, and that allowed Chibi to get the one off.
Gue lebih suka gameplay Homeboys sih guys, lebih seru ditonton.
Yeah, that's what makes the Nolan so deadly, right? Like just 2 hits coming out.
Ganas,
It's
gameplaynya
enough
ganas.
to delete few
Lu
from
lihat
the
aja
map,
tuh.
and
Lordnya nggak
that was
dikasih
quite
masuk guys
unfortunate
ya.
though, but they do have the Lord here Flap TZ gonna be soaking up the damage. A lot of
Sword
isolated
ngapain,
fights. Sword.
Cloud kenapa jadi
Easy
begini
that
damage-nya ya?
implosion, though, but no Vash
Kayaknya
Lu
on
nggak
the
lihat tadi
Super
Skylar barat saya digebukin.
Kenapa ya San di buff Cloud ya?
Emang gitu anjing damage-nya.
Enggak, dulu nggak gini
pakai
San.
Windtalker.
Dulu nggak. Oh, gara-gara item Windtalker.
Dulu
nggak gini damage-nya, serius.
Lu ya, lu diem lu babi.
Udah Cloud sekarang.
Yeah,
pakai Windtalker nggak guys sekarang?
onto the Claude. Has that purify too, so Apbren just taking
Udah kayak
all
ngeliat
of these
Karin
towers so
full
quickly.
damage anjing.
Conceal has
lihat
been
tuh.
made,
Oh, blok anjing damage-nya.
Tapi kena Vengeance nangis banget Yor.
Itu tadi udah. Guys, ini emang ada buff-nya guys Cloud guys.
Ya.
banget.
Ya, anjing,
It does look like Apbren starting to create some distance, not wanting to fight a little bit more underneath the turret. I think looking to just kind of keep the distance and wait for the next lord before they make their next push.
Corrosion, Windtalker, pistol, bah udah anjing.
Chibi. Chibi nih bos. Des lagi?
Yeah, this is what we're talking about, the spamming ability of him to be able to spam his dash.
Deonya nggak Face-nya Valen sama Harit.
can kind of
Tapi
contend
Face
with,
bisa imun pakai
but the
ulti
job was done.
anjing.
They zoned him away from the purple buff, and that's going to be
Popheus
another stolen buff for
Pakai clock gak ya? Harusnya udah enggak ya? Kayaknya.
And this is
terlalu
objectives,
ngikutin.
even resources taken away from Chibi. He has picked up
Arlo
7 kills
Titan.
though, 4 deaths, but
Magic
by
test
this
dong.
time though, it's gonna be really hard. Like the only target that you're gonna be getting is either like a pick off on the bush like what happened
Gimana
earlier
San?
up
Masih
against
bisa menang kah Homeboys
That's
kah?
the best thing that you can do because the Nolan
Game
is that
ini?
kind of hero that really shines in the early
Buset,
game. And by this
Popheus.
time,
Nggak
all of these
bisa,
heroes
nggak
have
bisa
already picked
Full
up
tank,
all
dia
the
apa?
Full
necessary
tank, Yur.
items to
Iya,
kinda,
anjing.
counter
Bahkan
all
nggak-
the
bahkan
damage
nggak ada
that
Espin
Homeboys
One, San.
is putting out.
Itu mah bikin
And
apaan
as
tuh
you can
CD
see,
tuh?
50.2K
Buku kayaknya, menurut
only
gua.
for Super Barco and 11.8K only for
Biar ulti
Nets
terus,
alongside
jadi
Homeboys.
kayaknya ya.
Yeah, and then that says a lot too, especially there's
Masa
something
Lightning sih
about
udah late game
having
gini?
a gold lead on your opponents, but when most of that gold lead is on one person,
Kita tengok.
it really kind of tells a story of
Weh,
like
Nets.
how dominating
Retrinya, ya ampun.
an effect
Ih,
that they have
Popheusnya
had and how
nebein
easy
banget.
finds
Ya
this
ampun,
lord
sakit banget,
pretty
Ambuset, San.
easily. Sapat going in
Itu
with
emang kalau
vengeance.
gitu
I mean,
kena vengeance, itu
last
vengeance
effort
sih,
there,
Yur.
but
Bukan
gonna get
Tamus yang
bursted
sakit.
down by
Iya.
Super Marco, and the last hit going to
Lah,
Few.
tapi lu ngerasa kan Cloud lebih sakit? Maksudnya gue ngeliat dari live streamnya sih, kok Cloud jadi sakit banget ya?
Di rank juga emang sakit.
Kenapa, San? Di buff, San? Atau apa?
Ya, itu anjing yang Windtalker itu, Cok.
The inhibitors are already down here for the
Tahu siapa
mid lane
yang
and
nyiptain,
the
anjing.
bottom lane. So it's one
Jadi sekarang Windtalker terus ya itemnya ya?
But Apbren is
Ya ampun,
looking
Din.
to
Ya
end
kalau
this one.
snowball
Starts
Windtalker.
it with a final slash
Tapi
here.
ujung-ujung diganti juga
Yeah,
Imo gitu.
Udil in a little bit of trouble.
Deal.
Gets caught on the wrong
Ya
end.
ampun,
Masuk
GG
ke
sih.
Gila.
Wrath, and then Few finds the kill.
GG nggak sih?
Zalman
Maksudnya
is
GG ya?
Tetap
out there
Valen,
trying to
Hero
protect the
kalah,
core,
anjing.
but the overwhelming
GG,
damage
game
coming
dua,
from
game dua.
Apbren pushing them out. Blazing
Nampaknya game 1. Tadi salah di early game-nya doang sih. Ngegas nggak ada Harit.
Game 1 going